Bet on yourself. Trust yourself in this season. Step out and do something radical. It's not always gonna make sense. It's not always gonna make people happy. You need to consider the bigger picture. And if God say you need to go to Miami with the palm trees, God say you need to go to LA. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Dripstar Jam, and I'm here with New Testament. I'm super excited again to be doing another one of these. Um, the last one I did about let's get higher was super dope, and I'm ready to get back into it. So can't really see because the light. It's like I got like this little angelic thing going on right now. But you see this Lakers number 23 now. Now Kobe was 24, and it was another one that came after him. With number 23. That's that boy LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James. And so today I had a revelation about LeBron James. And I know some of y'all probably like, how are you gonna, convey like or make a whole little speech about LeBron? I mean, how could I not? Um the man came from nothing and became arguably one of the greatest. And not just the greatest basketball players of all time, but one of the greatest athletes, one of the greatest professionals, one of the greatest businessmen. Period. And he became his own boss. And from a rough beginning, he really never let that get in the way. He used what he had, his God given gift, and nurtured it so well to where it's like he's still using that to make millions and billions now. And the cool thing about him is he wasn't just impacted by his courageous decision to do what he's done, but it's impacted a whole generation of athletes, and the way people move in business has that people went from just being a player to CEOs of themselves, and pushing and choosing the narrative of their own path and trajectory. That's the word I was looking for, of their own path. And I think that's what speaks volumes the most about LeBron to me. It ain't even really about like, basketball. This man got 40,000 points. Nobody ever did that. So that's that alone. But we talking about just the narrative and how he's became, how he's won the game inside of the game. You know what I'm saying? And so the crazy thing is he gets a lot of hate, and I believe his first hate came from him leaving his hometown. And a lot of people like was clowning him for that. It was burning his jerseys, like almost on some like Bible stuff, bro. Like he can't leave to go to Miami. You know what I'm saying? And they say he took the cop out, right, by leaving. And in my opinion, he had to leave to go show the world, you know, how great he was, and just to go on a bigger scale, in a bigger market, to show how great he was. And the people that was from Akron and Cleveland, they wanted him to stay there. They didn't want him to leave. They like, nah, bro, you can be good enough right here. And there's some people in y'all life that's gonna feel the same way. They feel like you good enough just where you at. But that's not up to them. That's not up to them. And sometimes you need to leave. You need to isolate and separate yourself from the pack to go find yourself, to go find Put yourself on a bigger market, in a different environment that could do more for you, could expand your territory. Now he's playing out. Now he's all the way in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody expected him to go there, but it's like once again choosing your narrative. And as he's done that, he's gained more and more popularity, more and more success. So yes, you're gonna have people that try to keep you where you at. And if you listen to them, where would LeBron be if he just stayed in Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? Think about that for a hot second. And the thing about it, he came back to Cleveland and he ended up giving them something that they never had before. He gave them a championship, but not just a championship. He brought money to the city. He brought celebrities to the city, and he brought excitement to a city that was once dull. And imagine that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're gonna have to step out to go acquire skills, to go acquire assets, go acquire wisdom, experience. So when that you do come back to wherever you came from, you uplifting that place. You uplifting that community that you left briefly. To go off on a tangent, my dad was a guy like as early as I can remember. Um, I didn't grow up in the house with him, and some of my other siblings didn't either. And he was just kind of like moving around a lot, you know what I'm saying? So at the time, at the age of 6, it doesn't make sense as to why, I'm starting to feel like I need him there, but I'm like, he's not there. And in this time, he was going to school, going back to school, medical school. He was hustling or doing music gigs, whatever he was doing, but the average person would have like, nah, you need to be there for your kids. And I see now that he had to isolate himself. He had to step out and sacrifice the time spent to go build himself up, to go acquire a whole new way of life, to be able to set himself up to provide for whoever is an extension of him. So now, not only does he take care of his kids, he takes care of his parents. He takes care of strangers. He takes care of friends. He's um able to really like he's able to move around now, and now people don't really have too much to say about him stepping out because it came full circle. Shout out to both of them to really even taking the courage to step out. Now if we even go into me, right? I live in Nashville, Tennessee now. I grew up on the east side of Atlanta, Georgia, and I left to come to Tennessee State. And I went back for COVID, but after I graduated and I came back, I never went back. Not to say that I won't ever, but I'm still in Tennessee, and the wisdom, the knowledge, the game, the respect, the the love that I've received out here, I don't even know where to start to know where I would have gotten that, back then. Um so when I do go back, I'm a different person. I'm a way better human being. I'm a way better businessman. I'm a way better uh storyteller. I'm a way better like son, way better brother. And so I'm coming back with more value to uplift. And so don't get so caught up in staying where you came from. Don't get so caught up in listening to that noise. Go with your move, bet on yourself. It's probably somebody watching this who you tell yourself, I want to move. I'm tired of this city. I'm ready to go. It's getting boring to me now. Listen to yourself. Pray about it. And ask God if he wants you, if that's what he wants for you. Now, granted, some people, I be jealous of them sometimes. They become amazing just staying in the city their whole life. But that's not everybody's story. So if this is for you, you choose your own narrative. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, this is where I'm supposed to, you know, I don't want to leave them. I want to stay true. I don't want to, like I left some man, I got my dog down back home in Atlanta who I got from birth. I got my mom who I grew up with my whole life. My auntie and them, my homeboys, my partners that I went to school with, went to college with. Um, I got my girl down there. That's enough to make somebody go back. But I cannot say or express enough how much I gained from just being away, from being on my own. That clarity, that perspective of a blank canvas to really just create without anybody holding you of expectations that you had from before. Right? Now back to LeBron, his only failure that I know of is him not winning the greatest thing in his sport, which is a championship. Now, there was a period of time where you would not see a finals without LeBron in it. It didn't matter the team. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who the competition was to get there. He got there. And people will say, oh, well, he lost. He didn't win 6 in a row. He didn't, whatever. But these is people that didn't even have the credibility to be in the arena. Let that soak in. The people that saying he ain't the GOAT, he ain't good enough. They don't even got a ticket to get in your arena. They on the outside looking in. They can't even get in the club. Came from the outside. So please block out that extra noise. If you listen to that, then yeah, you start believing it. Maybe I'm not the greatest. Maybe I'm not that great. Maybe I'm not him. Maybe I'm not her. Nah. And so it's definitely gonna be people outside waiting on your downfall. But I would say once again, bet on yourself. Trust yourself in this season. Step out and do something radical. It's not always gonna make sense. It's not always gonna make people happy. You need to consider the bigger picture. And if God say you need to go to Miami with the palm trees, if God say you need to go to LA, if God say you need to go to Golden State and join some other amazing people to get what you need to get, who cares? Handle your business. I actually do not have. I'm slacking. I do not have a scripture for this. This part. This was kind of just like I wanted to get this off my chest, but this really ain't even about something super spiritual. This is really a message and revelation that I had to give you insight on how people will try to box you in. Moving to another state ain't even super radical. This world is huge. You can go wherever you want to go and let the world be your oyster. That's my message from today, from New Testament. Appreciate y'all checking in. Can't wait to do some more of these. I'm really enjoying them. And y'all stay tapped in with me. Y'all have an amazing week. I'm out.